Yep.
Hello, can I speak to Joshua? It's Annette from the Department of Human Services Centrelink Sale Office.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just ringing up with regard to the phone call you made on the 4th of July, wanting an explanation as to, there was a couple of issues you wanted Centrelink to follow up on. I can only follow up on one of those, and that is about the medical certificate that you lodged here at the 2nd of June that has been coded as not exempting you from going to disability employment services. You said you wanted an explanation of that, is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you have an employment services and assessment, which one was done, and a report was made, Centrelink has accepted the report from the assessor who looked at the medical conditions, and because the medical assessor has included a discussion of, and an assessment about the things that were on the medical certificate, and the recommendation was that, you know, in recognition that you do have medical condition, you have a very reduced capacity to work, but you do have some capacity, and the recommendation to refer you to a disability employment service provider. That report is valid for up to 2 years. So our staff here at the Sale Centrelink office cannot then exempt you from having to go to the disability employment provider for medical conditions that have already been assessed in the report. So that's basically an explanation of why the medical certificate wasn't coded to give you an exemption. If you disagree with it, obviously I can put in an appeal for you to go to the authorised review officer. If you still disagree that the medical certificate was coded as not exempt. Okay, so we won't be exempting you until the 1st of September on that medical certificate. We'll just recognise that you have a limited capacity to work, but you do have some capacity, and that the referral to the disability employment service provider can't be overridden because of that certificate. Do you understand?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, did you want to appeal further, or are you happy with the explanation at this stage?
I'd like to appeal it because I wasn't actually at the meeting. And because I'm already doing the hours that I'm capable of doing.
What are you doing those hours in what way?
I can work up to 8 hours just, and that's a struggle for me, but I'm managing to do that. Any more than that, I did an hour extra last week, and that for 3 days I was in constant pain and with non-stop nosebleeds.
The nosebleeds aren't something that you've provided medical evidence of, though? The medical evidence you've provided is with regard to your back and with, your mood.
But
nothing about chronic nosebleeds or anything like that. So what's the doctor doing about that?
The nosebleeds is from the stress of the pain from my back. So it's all connected.
Oh, so it's all related to that.
Yeah.
Well, all that I can do is, as I said, I can code that that you want to appeal against the decision to not have that medical certificate accepted. Okay, and I'll just put that in the process. That part takes some time, and as I said, this is me only attending to part of your request for a response about the actual assessment process and the assessor that you had the appointment with. That's going to be handled by that particular area, not by us. I've just done the part about why we didn't accept that certificate here at the Sale Centrelink office, alright?
Yeah, what happens with the job agencies? Why that's...
We're still required to go to that. Yeah, and undertake a job plan with them. It doesn't exempt you from that. The appeal hasn't been heard yet, so it can take some time before a review officer looks at it. So, I mean, don't think that the job plan, that's saying that disability provider is actually going to be a problem. It could actually be of assistance to you. They might, you don't know what they're going to put in their job plan. They mightn't be putting a lot of job search or anything in it. They might be just putting actually in it things to actually help support you.
Well, I did get legal advice, and I do know that I don't have to sign anything that I don't agree with what it's going to hurt me.
You don't. That's right, but you can't be paid New Start allowance if you are required to undertake a job plan and negotiate a job plan, and you don't negotiate one.
So that's blackmail.
That's also a legal requirement of New Start allowance.
That comes under blackmail.
Well, as I'm just trying to say to you, Josh, don't look at it as a problem having to go to a disability provider. It could actually be something that will help you.
The problem is, I'm not going to sign something that's going to cause me pain.
You're preempting, but don't preempt what's going to be in it. It's what I'm saying, Josh.
No, but
don't presume it's going to be something you don't want to sign. It might if you undertake the interview with them in a reasonable manner and don't get your back up straight away, so to speak, and talk about what should go in the plan, you could be quite happy to sign the plan.
I've already been.
That is hopefully the scenario.
I've already been told what's going into the plan, and I don't agree with it.
Well, who told you what's going into the plan?
The job agency provider.
So you've already been to see them. You've already had a first visit with them, have you?
Yeah, I did have a first visit with them.
Work Solutions on the 27th of June.
They said that they said it's listed that my capable hours are between 8 and 14, which is completely impossible.
Well, you can get legal advice, Josh, but certainly they have within their rights as well to try and negotiate a plan that they have to. If you don't sign it, then there can be ramifications on your payment. That's something we'll just have to deal with once you actually go in and have your appointment.
So that's basically saying do something that's going to kill me, or...
No, it's not saying that, and as I said, I can't get into the details of, the assessment's been done, you've provided some medical evidence, and they're trying to come at you from a level of support. I mean, you could look for work, but, it's not to say that they're going to be giving you a job offer to go out to.
If I was going to get another job, I've got a whole market full of stock. Who's going to pay me for all my stock? And I have to quit that job, and then my work partner is stuffed. He can't do anything else because he needs me there, and I need him. So
it's to do with if you want to receive a new start allowance payment from the government.
So that's blackmail.
You have got participation requirements. So what I will do, if you disagree with the decision not to exempt you with that medical certificate, I will lodge an appeal.
I disagree with.
I'm afraid it doesn't exempt you from having to follow through with Work Solutions at this time.
I disagree with that, and I disagree with being blackmailed.
Yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'll put those notes in there, but I don't have the power to change or make any adjustments to that. It's got to go to an authorised review officer.
Basically,
so I'll get onto your file now, and I'll actually put that forward, and I'll put the notes on and send it off to the authorised review team.
Basically, what I'm being told is I'm I'm disabled, but you want to make me work, so I'd kill me.
Well, your disability has to be enough to,
if you're going to
get an exemption. I can't get into that with you.
No, I'm just saying.
Just to explain to you that I can only do part of your request for an explanation, and the only part I can do is why we haven't accepted your certificate. The rest of it about how the assessment by the professional assessor is done has got to be done by the customer relations unit, passing it on to the job capacity assessment team. They have to go in. They're the ones that do those reports. I can't get into it with you, I'm afraid.
Well, they're not doing a very good job because they're trying to kill me. And I know there's 40 other people.
I'll put those notes in that's what you want, and those notes are, you've already explained that to the person you spoke to the other day. But I can't change the decision. I don't have the power to do that, to change the decision discussing it. I'm not the one that does the medical assessments, I'm sorry.
Well, there are 40 other people that are in the same boat as me, and they all agree with exactly what I'm saying. At least 40, and there's more.
Yeah. So, Josh, at this stage, all I can tell you is the decision why they didn't accept your medical certificate. I will put in that you want to lodge an appeal against that decision, and that will go into the process. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.